my name is Eileen Lorenzo, and this is my self-portrait project presentation. Uh, I just wanted to go ahead and get started. So, with these two masks that I drew, it represents how I felt like I had to change who I was, or change multiple, or have multiple masks to be able to fit into school. And this is because growing up, I had a very complex family dynamic, and I just found it hard to be able to let people in and to know that side of me. Um, I grew up with my sister. She was legally my guardian, and it was hard in class when we had to, have parent appreciation and things like that. And it was difficult for me to have to explain to my classmates why I don't live with my mom, or why is my sister my caretaker, and they have questions that I couldn't even answer myself. So I admittedly I would tell them that my sister was my mom, just as a way to save myself from those conversations, those difficult conversations. So I felt like I had to wear a mask at school, compared to home and home. And following that, or after that, I pasted this truck right here. And this represents when I had to move from Escondido, California to Paris, California to live with my sister. And it was a hard experience growing up because, when you're a kid, you've made all these friends and you're starting to grow your roots into who you are. And I felt like I was just uplifted from that and to move somewhere else. Following that, I have this little arrow pointing to this cash register, and this is going to lead to my adulthood phase. Um, I pointed to this cash register because that was my first job. I worked as a cashier at a Popeyes, and I put this for my adult phase because I realize now, growing up, that adulthood isn't marked by significant experience or situation. I feel like it's marked to be an adult. It's these little things that are accumulated until you realize. And for me, it was getting my first job because that's where I was learning responsibility and, other things. And I feel like this has affected me now because I am growing up to be responsible and knowing how to take care of myself. Um, After that, I have this little person with multiple paths, and this is also a phase in my adulthood. Um, as a senior in college, as a senior in high school, I had to find out and figure out what I wanted to do with my life as a career. And this was especially difficult because I had to really look inside of myself and see what would make me happy. And that's what these multiple paths are for. Again, this is a phase that I feel like was a significant experience in adulthood. Um, Following that, I have this portion right here which signifies family. So, growing up, it was instilled in me by my parents and my siblings and my family, of course, how family is always going to be there for you, and how family is very, very important to a person. That's why I drew this here. You know, family is very, and this has affected me now because family is very, very important to me. And even though I did grow up having a little bit of a difficult dynamic, it has really taught me how I am loved, and how one day I do want to have a family of my own, and also instill those values into my children. Following that, a significant experience I had, or memory that I had with my family, is when I would go visit my mother and my brothers during summer break. And because I lived in Escondido, the beach was so close by. Um, so yeah, we would always go to the beach, and we'd have ice cream there. And yeah, um, after that, um, this is my education. A significant experience that I had was graduating, of course. It's a very memorable experience that I have, and it just really motivated me to go to college because I did enjoy high school, and I did receive pretty good grades in high school. And yeah, that's when I knew my next step was to go to college and become a teacher. Um, Following that, I have this lamppost that has multiple street signs, and these are to represent how I changed my course. Originally, I wanted to become a nurse. Like my sister, she really encouraged me to become a nurse because she was also a nurse, and she also told me how uh, she was in the position to help me with questions that I had and things like that. And I was taking pre-med courses my freshman year of college until I realized that that's not what I want to do with my life. That I was just following the wisdom, and I was just following what my sister told me to do. And I realized that just wasn't for me. That's when I decided to change my course to become a teacher instead, because growing up I was really encouraged by my teachers and by my peers to be motivated in school, and I feel like they're the reason as to why I did so well in school. And I would love to be able to encourage other students to do what they want to do in their lives. Following that, I drew this butterfly going through a transformation, and this is for my future. And that is because I never want to stop growing, and I always want to be motivated to learn and to grow even more than I am today. And I hope future me also believes that way as well. And for the last picture here, I drew a teacher's desk with a blackboard and books and an apple to represent how in the future I really hope to be a teacher and to inspire other students. And yeah, thank you for coming to my presentation.